All right,
we'll
I did a double take on this. The Browns have hired Chad O'Shea as their wide receiver coach, and the reason I did a double take is Chad O'Shea was supposed to be the MVP of the Indians World Series against the Miami Marlins.
He's come a long way since then.
Florida
since
Marlins
that Game
or whatever.
6 win.
Oh, there's Chad O'Shea, okay, wide receiver coach. Here you go. Here's the information.
The Vikings on there.
Yeah, right. That's a big helmet. It still fits over his head. Dolphins offensive coordinator in 2019. Well, how about that? You go from an offensive coordinator position to possibly a wide receiver coach. Does that make sense to you?
You know, the Dolphins decided to move on from him, and sometimes when you do get fired or let go or not retained, I don't know exactly what happened there. You have to take a step back and be a receivers coach or something like that.
Well, that could work two ways. That could give you incentive to be really good at it, or, my career's on the downside and I'm not making a comeback here.
Yeah, I think the most notable thing is it's not Adam Henry being retained, who, of course, that was a big, hey, they're bringing Jarvis-Landry and Odell-Beckham together to work with Adam Henry, who was in LSU. They clearly wanted to make a change in that room.
How'd that work out?
Not great.
Not great. You assume it would, though, wouldn't you? I mean, it sounds like when you hear that Henry gets signed at the beginning of last year, you'd think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and he's a guy that was in the organization. I think he might have actually come in under Hugh Jackson even.
Could be.
Sometimes that stuff just doesn't work. Sometimes it can be a little too buddy-buddy, whatever it is. Sometimes it just doesn't work out when you're trying to mesh, the old coaching staff with the new coaching staff.
All right, so in general, how are you feeling about what they've done to this point? Still much more to do. Do you have more confidence that you might have had a year ago? Are you less confident? What or a little of each? I know in my case, I'm not buying into this early next time.
I'm just not going to get excited about any of this. I'm with you. I mean, we've seen it before, and last year we went through this. They're hiring experienced guys. They're hiring James Campen as your O-line coach, and you're keeping Adam Henry on. You're bringing in all these experienced guys. Steve Wilkes, who had success in Carolina.
Looked good at the time.
Everything looked great, and then you went 6-10. So it's really easy to sit here in January and say, hey, they're hiring a great staff, and look at all this experience.
And then you want to say, well, how come they're not working?
Let's see what happens on Sundays.
How come they're available?
Yeah, exactly. That. I'm like, let's just see what happens on Sundays.